cook like a Greek. What does that mean? For Greeks, food is love, and the kitchen is the heart and soul of the Greek household. The family shares meals and spends time together, where the matriarch, or in my case, the patriarch, dispenses advice and food. Lots of food. All the food. And that's what this show is all about. A little bit of advice, a little bit of cooking, and a lot of love. Welcome, my friends. Today we'll be making an omelet with bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, and cheese. Before we do that, we need to move my wife's orchid because apparently in the middle of my workspace is the ideal place for my wife's orchid to thrive. We'll be getting to the ingredients in just a second, but first we go to the letter request from advice from the Greek Dad advice inbox. Here it goes. Hey Greek Dad, I've met someone at work. She works in a different department, so I don't see her all the time. We seem to get along great. We've had great conversations. I really want to ask her out. I'm not sure how. Could you please give me advice on how to ask her out? Shy guy. Absolutely shy guy. I can give you advice on how to ask her out. This is what you need to do. You approach her, you look her right in the eyes, and you repeat these exact words the exact way I'm about to say them, okay? You paying attention? Here you go. Hey mama, how you doing? Obviously, that's not what you need to be doing. And I have better advice, and I promise I'll get to that. But first, let's go to the ingredients of what we need for our omelet. A quarter large onion, which is about 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. 1/3 of a large bell pepper, which is about 85 grams or 3 ounces. A medium-sized tomato, which is about 83 grams or 3 ounces. A Mexican cheese blend that I like to use. It's about 1/2 cup of cheese, which is 46 grams, about 1.6 ounces. And then 3 eggs beaten. All right, we've introduced the ingredients. I moved everything close to the pan in which I'll be cooking, which is always a good practice to follow. You want everything you need when you're cooking within arm's reach. I'm turning on my pan to medium-high heat, and while that warms up, let's think about Shy Guy's request. Shy Guy, or anybody who's listening, what do you want in a relationship? To you, what's a good foundation in a relationship? I'm sure most people will say they want someone who pays attention to them, who thinks about their wants, needs, and desires, and on some level, cares about the things that they care about. And obviously, to act accordingly. So ask yourself, is it possible to convey all that when you're asking someone out? Is it possible when you ask someone out to make it about them? Now, while you think about that, I will add a little bit of oil. When I say a little bit, I'm going to say a little bit a lot. Mainly it's to taste, especially when I talk about salt or pepper. In this case, a little bit of oil is about a tablespoon. All right, now we're going to add the veggies. If it's heated up enough, you're going to hear a sizzle. Hopefully it has. Let's see. There it is. There's the sizzle. And that's what you want to hear the entire time you're sauteing vegetables. Add a little bit of salt, about a pinch, maybe 2 pinches. Add a little bit of pepper. Keep it at medium-high. Your handy-dandy spatula. Clue number 1, I'm not a professional chef. These guys will like flip stuff. I'm not that skilled, so I use my spatula to move stuff around. While you're sauteing vegetables, I like to add about a tablespoon of butter. It adds flavor and also adds liquid, which is useful when cooking the vegetables. All right, the bell peppers, onions, and tomatoes are done. We're going to heat up our pan for the egg and set that to medium heat and let that warm up. And back to Shy Guy. Too often people make the mistake of, when they ask someone out, to make the request about them. You're asking the person, will you go out with me? Would you like to go to dinner with me? Would you like to go to a concert with me? When you say the me part, with me, you're making it on some level about you, and you're asking this person to make a judgment about you then and there. Now, a good way to start any relationship, whether it's personal or professional or any relationship period, is don't start by making it about you. So you need to think about a way, how do I ask this person out and make it about them instead of making it about me? While you think about that, I think the pan is hot enough. Turn it up medium high, get a little bit hotter. I think that's good. We add a little bit of olive oil, or oil. Doesn't have to be olive oil. One final beat of the eggs. Move the oil around a little bit. All right. Okay. Typically I want that a little bit hotter. I want to hear more of a sizzle. Once you add the eggs, I like to do this lift and tilt maneuver, I call it. My friend Michelle showed me it. You lift and tilt. This helps cook the eggs. If you're making an omelet, it prevents everything from kind of getting bunched up in the middle, which is what I used to do. All right, let's lower this, put this on low. I'm gonna add salt and pepper just a little bit. Once I get all the liquid of the egg on the pan, you basically continue to lift and tilt until there's no more egg running around on the pan. Once that's done, you add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. In this case, a lot of bit of pepper. All right, you cover it for about 30 to 40 seconds. So, Shy Guy, how do you ask her and make it about her? Now, you mentioned that you've had conversations and you guys seem to get along great. So I assume during these conversations that you've been paying attention to what she's been saying. And you have some idea of what she's into, her hobbies, etc. So if this is the case, asking her out should be pretty easy. Now, let's flip the egg. This would be clue number 2 of how I'm not a professional chef. These guys can just flip eggs. Not so much for me. All right, the eggs flipped. I'm gonna add cheese. Add the filling. Cover it. Keep it on low and cover it for about a minute. So like I said, Shy Guy, if you've been paying attention to her during your conversations, you should have some idea what she's into. So now, all you have to do is put that all together when you ask her out. Now, I'll give you an example of that once we plate. All right, I'm going to plate the omelet now. Here we go. Right, the omelet's plated and we're ready to enjoy. So, Shy Guy, here's your example. Let's say in your conversations, this is just an example, you find out she's into art. Now, look at events for art galleries. Is some new art gallery opening? Is there an art museum in town? Does that art museum have a new exhibition? Something like that. And you buy some tickets. You go to her and you say, hey, I know you're into art. There's this new gallery opening 2 Saturdays from now. I have 2 tickets. I plan on going. Would you like to go? When you ask someone out and you make it about something they're already into and make it a lot less about you, your chances for success are a lot higher. And by the way, making things not about you is a very good rule to follow in any relationship from the beginning and throughout the relationship. So keep that in mind. Now, this is our omelet. It's beautiful. I added maybe a little bit too much pepper. It's okay. Let's try it. The cheesy goodness. Beautiful. Yes, wonderful. My daughter's holding the script looking at me saying, you're a jerk. I have this food right in front of my face. So good. And very easy to make. The cool thing about omelets is you can do basically anything you want with them. You can add meat, you can add any kind of fillings you want, you can change up the vegetables, add mushrooms, I've added squash, sausage, bacon, ham, you name it. You can go no filling, you just add cheese, or you can go no cheese. Do what you want. The important thing is, enjoy what you're doing, have fun while you're doing it, and taste matters, obviously. And by the way, it's not always gonna look pretty. Don't worry about that. I've been doing this forever, and though this wasn't perfect, I've done a lot worse. So just have fun with it, enjoy. All right, the cooking is done. Some advice has been shared. Thank you all for joining me, and hope to see you next time. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to follow this channel and like and share the video. If you're looking for advice, or you want to say hi, or send a message, you can find me on Twitter at HeyGreekDad, or you can find me on Facebook. You can send a message to @TheGreekDad or find my Facebook page, The Greek Dad. If you're interested in any sponsorship or product placement opportunities, you can go to thegreekdad.com, cook like a Greek. And don't worry if you didn't get all that down, because it's all in the description below. Thank you. See you next time.